going to do an insight video today. I'm going to talk about sort of like abundance. What does this mean? Sort of like a lot of people talk about abundance, and they talk about abundance within their lives and stuff like that. But again, everything is relative, and abundance is, to me, when you start looking like in spiritual terms or in like source terms or universal terms, abundance is the knowledge that things are always flowing into your reality, into your life, into your experience. And it's knowing that abundance is the constant flow and connection and union of source energy, and that it's always working with you, and that things are always flowing into your life. And abundance is the knowledge and the wisdom that whatever's going on in your life, or whatever things you think um, that are happening in your life, and you start thinking, um, you know, there's things that are coming up, issues and problems. It's the knowledge and wisdom that things are always flowing in. This infinite energy, this infinite source energy, the eternal moment is always open, is always accessible in that moment. And all we have to do is just be open to it as an open channel to receive and express, and receive and express. And this is done through using meditation. Meditation allows you to, again, as a tool to open up and feel this flow of abundance. And abundance is source energy that is constantly flowing in, um, that is constantly flowing within your energy field, within you, and it connects you, it unifies you. Again, I'm seeing this diamond shape as I was just starting to. It's like I seem to be getting this now more and more when I start to try and sort of like go into an insight and start talking about things. I feel this diamond shape energy, this diamond sort of like, I say diamond consciousness, but it's a diamond shape is what I see comes around my body, and it's sort of like it's like it gives me an impression of this. And again, this is union, this is connecting in. Diamond consciousness is about the union to source energy and source vibration, but it's also about that fifth dimension again. And the fifth dimension again works on abundance in the way that you know that you've always got infinite energy that you can access at any time to shift and change reality. And abundance is knowing this. No, abundance is also like having the understanding and the awareness, of this knowledge that you are constantly flow, like the ebb and flow of source energy is constantly coming into your energy, and then expressing out through you. And it's also knowing that um, it's always there, but it's sort of like it's a constant thing. The universe, or like source energy, is always vibrating. It is all the frequency is always there. There's an infinite frequency. The abundance is also knowing there's an infinite frequency of infinite vibrations and energy that's available to you at any time. So it's also knowing that in like awareness, that all you have to do is access it. When we feel like we're not abundant, it's because we've switched, or we're concerned, or we've come across something within our reality that we've got attached to, or we've become sort of we've become like it's taken over us. So like 3D reality is the physical reality on the external, and when we're in that 3D reality, we've become attached to something externally, or we've become, uh, you know, something from our external experience within our physical lives. We've become sort of like integrated with that, and we sort of like we've lost that inner connection, that inner source connection. And abundance only feels like it's switched off sometimes when we feel like we're being caught up in something externally. And again, this is the universal law of correspondence, knowing that the internal world is where all things are created, and all things are sort of like manifested. So our awareness has to be there. Our awareness has to be in our center, in our hearts, within our inner sort of like source energy. Because if it's externally, then we're sort of like we're getting caught up in that physical 3D blueprint, which is the the chaos of the external world, the chaos of it, of paying bills and work realities and stress and anxiety and all those kind of things, as like the inner world is a place of connection, union, harmony, balance, and this is where we dissolve and we release. And again, this is part of the abundance as well. The abundance thing is the infinite vibrations. Like abundance to me is like people think I talk about abundance um, as like wealth, but like they see it as like an external thing, as external sort of like wealth, when it's not. It's an internal um, abundance. Is an internal understanding of that this source energy within you is an infinite energy that you can access and live within source living, where you can start to feel abundant, that you can start to know that whatever's coming up, like you have a thought in your head that I don't know, that you got to pay a bill or something like that, or you got to do this, or you've got a work commitment, or you've got like an academic commitment. Externally, it's a stressful thing because you're worried about achieving or doing what you need to do. When the internal thing is when you go within that when you go within your internal source, and you sort of like you sit in that vibration, that frequency, what happens is you dissolve it, and then what's left is that source energy, and that source energy is what allows you to find peace with any situation, with any moment. And when I mean by peace, it's the security that once you're in that inner source, um, things dissolve, and then the external then it aligns with the internal, because when you go within and you sort of like align with that source energy, you feel at peace, you feel connected, you feel secure. So then what that does is from the fifth dimensional, or the source energy, is then the external matches that, and so then you feel externally peaceful, you feel like you've dissolved it, you feel like you've moved past it, the stress, the concerns, the worries have been released. And this is like, to me again, this is the sense of like abundance, is knowing that you're secure, you're unified, you're in harmony, you're aligned. That's all sort of like abundance. That's infinite abundance. That's the source energy again. Abundance is knowing um, that you're secure, that you're aligned, that this energy is working with you, and it's working with you for your highest outcome. It's always working with you for the highest outcome, and the highest sort of like, the highest outcome for you within your reality, within your life. And I'm talking about abundance because it's a real, it's a real tool that can be used to align and feel secure. And this is what's important, because once we align and unify that fifth dimensional vibration and learn to go within and dissolve, then what we do is we align the inner frequency with the external frequency, and this is the mirroring that happens. And then what this brings is that kind of, it creates that reality externally that mirrors and matches the internal one, which is a place of harmony, peace, security, alignment, union. And this is why I talk about living from source, because when we live from source, we're secure in the abundance and the knowledge and the wisdom of the unconditional flow of source that's always within us, and we can always access it. And this again is the eternal moment. And I'm just talking about these kind of things because they're practical tools that can be used. And source living is this infinite energy that is here to align with us and work with us and bring us peace, and work with us in harmony. But it's also a practical tool that can be used in our daily lives to match the frequency of the inner vibration, so that the external world then mirrors it. And this is what creation and manifestation is about. And this also connects to the universal law of attraction, universal law of correspondence, universal law of perpetual transmutation, which is again the dissolving. Correspondence is the inner world. Again, it's the access to your source energy. The law of attraction is again, it's what's being created, what's being created, or the vibration from inside is then being matched on the external. The universal law of oneness, which is the eternal moment. The universal law of vibration and frequency, again, which directly connects to perpetual transmutation. there's many of it. The rhythm of the universal law of rhythm talks about cycles of growth, individually and collectively. There's many things, and sources in all things, and it's working with all things, and it's about us just using these insights as practical tools to align our lives, to align our realities, to create our realities. And this is why abundance is more than just a word. It's a vibration, it's a frequency, it's an infinite frequency that allows us to feel like we're aligned and we're connected and we're unified, and all we have to do again is to live from source. Again, it's this source living. I'm just trying to give a few insights, giving a few insights just in how to use source and how abundance touches our life, not just in one way but in infinite ways, and it's all sort of connected into source again. So that's the insight of today.